My name is Melissa Street, and I was actually in your seat 13 years ago. So, whoever invited you on here, they're excited that you showed up and you're open to taking a look at what they're excited about. And 13 years ago, I used to be an insurance agent for a major company selling home and auto insurance. And I was 22 years old, hungry, ambitious, open to other streams of income. And a good friend of mine invited me to a presentation similar to what you're about to hear over the next 15 or so minutes. And honestly, by the end of it, I saw a business opportunity that made perfect sense. I saw that it was something that I can build in the crevices of my schedule. And I also saw that there was a lot of support, that there were people willing to help me succeed here. And so hopefully, that's my hope for you is that at the end of it, you see something that really sparks interest for you. And I'm sure you're probably going to have questions. So just hang tight at the very end. We'll create some breakout rooms and get your questions answered. But the gentleman I want to introduce to share some information with you, he's actually been building this business now for 19 years. So quite some time, wealth of experience and knowledge. He's worked with professionals all across the United States. He's a senior vice president with our company today. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Jeff Street.
Well, Melissa, thank you so much, and good evening to everybody, or good afternoon, depending on what part of the country that you're in. Let's give Melissa a virtual round of applause for getting us started here today. And guys, a little bit about myself. I took a look at this business, as Melissa mentioned, 19 years ago at a point in my life when I was frustrated doing what I was doing. I don't know if anybody can relate to that or not, but here's who I was 19 years ago. One, I was 26 years old. I used to own a bunch of cell phone stores. Anybody remember these guys? Nextel, the walkie-talkie, the Direct Connect phones. That's what I used to do. I used to own and operate 5 stores and did okay financially, but I never had the quality of life that I was looking for. And how many agree money is important, but time is even more important, right? And I just always told myself there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a way to work smarter instead of harder. And a friend of mine shared this opportunity with me, and I came on to a meeting somewhat like this, and I was just open-minded like you guys. I liked what I saw that night. It was something that made sense to me. I could do it on a part-time basis, and I got started right off the bat, initially about 5 hours a week. Didn't break any records initially, but 5 months into this, it really took off for me. In my 6th month, it exploded financially to the point where I ended up selling my other business the next month and never looked back. And that was 19 years ago. And ever since then, this has been the only thing I've done, and it's changed my life. So I'm really passionate about the company, what it's done for my wife, Melissa, and I. But my goal tonight is just to share some information with you on behalf of whoever invited you onto tonight's call. And whatever you do with the information is completely up to you. If it makes sense to you, like it did the person that invited you here, we'd love to invite you on this journey with us. But if nothing else, you can learn more about what a friend is excited about and how you can refer a business to them. Does that sound fair to everybody? Awesome, guys. Let me share my screen and show you who we are and how we do what we do, and what it is that what the opportunity is all about. So the company that we represent is a company by the name of ACN. They've been in business for 32 years. And over the last 32 years, they've done billions of dollars in revenue, helping millions of people throughout the United States and Canada get connected to and save money on essential services. Now, what kind of services are we offering? Residential and business services that all of us use every day. Everything from cell phone service to high-speed internet and television, gas and electricity, healthcare, home security and automation, payment processing, travel, payroll and HR solutions, and also business phone service. So if you look at this big buffet of services that we offer, I think we'd all agree, these are some of the biggest and fastest growing industries in the world, right? Industries that really are not affected by the economy. My mentor told me 19 years ago, he said, Jeff, find something you like, make it your hobby, find something the masses can't live without, make that your business. And that's why when I saw this 19 years ago, I was in right away because I realized whether I did this or not, I was going to pay these bills for the rest of my life. How about you? Now, if you look at the companies we work with, companies like ADP Payroll Processing, Spectrum, DirecTV, Vivint Smart Home Security, AT&T, just to name a few. But here's our 2 flagship services. These are our 2 fastest growing services currently. One of them is called Flash Mobile, where we help people save money on their cell phone bill every month. We white label the T-Mobile network. We're saving people up to 40% on their cell phone bill. Just as an example, 4 lines, unlimited talk, text, and data is $105 a month for 4 lines. But here's the best part. If you're a representative like myself and you have the service and refer it to just 5 other people, your cell phone bill becomes free each and every month, other than the taxes. My wife and I have had free cell phone service now for almost 10 years straight because 10 years ago we helped a fifth friend pay less money on a cell phone bill. Who'd agree free is a good rate plan, right? But our fastest growing service, and something I'm incredibly passionate about, is called Impact Health Sharing. I'm a huge believer that if you're self-employed or if you own a business here in America, one of the biggest pain points in being an entrepreneur is the high cost of health insurance. It's unaffordable for so many people. So we partner up with Impact Health Sharing. They're a not-for-profit, decentralized alternative approach to the high cost of health insurance. And they're helping individuals, families, and small businesses save on average 30 to 50% on their health care. For my wife and I, we saved $8,000 a year. How much do you that moves the needle for an American family? Our members can go to any doctor they want anywhere in the country. There's no network restrictions. And the company also rewards people for being proactive about their health. So any family that's investing at least $150 a month into their health and wellness, which is gym memberships, vitamins, supplements, acupuncture, IV drip therapy, holistic wellness, naturopathic medicine, you name it, any family that's investing at least $150 a month on their health gets a $150 credit every month to offset their family deductible. Now, I believe the industries that ACN is involved in today are massive, and there's so much opportunity in each one of these industries. But how many of us agree there's value when it comes to business and timing, right? Being in front of something before it becomes a trend. And we have 2 additional services we're rolling out in the next 6 months that I'm incredibly excited about. One is home and auto insurance. How many of us know people that are getting crushed right now with home and auto insurance rates? Now, we're going to be rolling out a solution for people by the end of the year. This will be significant. The other service is the fintech space. How many of us have ever heard of digital banking, online banking, the whole fintech technology space? Imagine helping somebody earn a higher yield on their interest of their money. Imagine having somebody pay less interest on a credit card rate. Imagine having somebody pay less fees. And imagine as people were able to go out and get a better return on their investments and their money, what if you could get a percentage of that? This whole fintech space is exploding right now, and we're going to be going into that at the end of the year. Now, you're probably asking, how is this possible that they can do all these things? The reason we can do what we do is our business model. We don't advertise. Instead, we use independent business owners like you and I to have our own website, our own online store, where we can create more options for customers and a business opportunity for people just like us. Now, here's what the website looks like that you get when you get started. This one here belongs to the Texas Chiropractic Association. It has their logo on it. Your website would look just like this, only it would have your picture on it, or your company's logo, or your family's picture on there. And then somebody can just click on the website, click on any of the services, and within seconds, somebody can get a quote and see how it can benefit their family. And it's absolutely free for somebody to become a customer of our services. Nobody has to be an ACN member to benefit from our services. Anybody can become a customer, regardless if they ever become an ACN representative or not. But if you're like me, you're probably wondering, well, how do I get a website like this? How does that part work? Well, to start, own, and operate somebody's own ACN business and have a website just like this, it's $299 one time for somebody to start their business. The only operating cost at all is $25 a month. They set up the website, they host it, they update it, they do all the customer service. All we do is create the connections. And it's a willable, sellable asset. If something happens to me, my family inherits my residual income and the business I've been building for the last 19 years. How many of us like the idea of building something that can outlast you? Now, let's talk about how we make money doing this. 3 different ways. Number one is bonuses. Every month, ACN will pay you a bonus based on the amount of services that get set up through your website. And a service is not a person, it's a bill. So let's say one person wanted healthcare, a home security, and cell phone service. Well, that's 3 services, even though it's one person. Let's say a small business has 12 employees that want healthcare. That's 12 services, even though it's one business. So the services can add up really quickly. Watch this, so can the bonuses. Any month that somebody refers 5 services, they make a $200 bonus, plus an additional $200 for every 3 services afterwards, and there's no limit. The second way we get paid is why I signed up 19 years ago, residual income. How many of us just like the concept of reoccurring revenue, right? Doing something once, getting paid on it over and over and over again. The way it works here is ACN will pay you up to 20% of the commissionable revenue of a customer's bill month after month, year after year, for the life of them being a customer. And think about it for a minute. How long do people pay these bills for? Forever, right? You can pay off your home, you can pay off your car, but you can never pay off your electricity bill. You can never pay off your healthcare plan. You can never pay off your auto insurance, right? I have customers that I signed up one time 19 years ago when I first got started that are still paying their bill today. And I've gotten paid every month for 19 years based on that one time conversation. That's residual income and it never gets old. Now, the third piece of this is building a team where you can introduce the concept to other people, just like somebody invited you onto this meeting here tonight. And we do presentations like this every day, Monday through Friday, multiple times a day, where all you have to do is invite people on to listen. We'll do the presentations for you. And at the end of it, we'll help get the questions answered. Some people will want to save money and learn more about being a customer. Other people at the end of the meeting will say, I want to do this too. And those individuals join your team. And as they go out and acquire customers, ACN will pay you a 4% overriding residual income on all the customers gathered by the representatives in your team. And there's no limit to the amount of people that can join your team. And there's no limit to the amount of customers your team can acquire. But our team has been the number one team worldwide in this company for the last 16 years in a row because of our systems. We have online presentations and trainings, in-person events, virtual events, and somebody's really in business for themselves, but never by themselves. And we've got some people that hopped onto tonight's call that I'd love to have them share their story, who they are, how long they've been doing this, and how many customers that their team has so far. And, the first person I'd love to have share is Sophie Wynn. And Sophie, I'd love to have you share a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Hi, my name is Sophie Nguyen, and my background is I'm a real estate investor in Dallas, Texas. And I took a look at the same presentation about 9 months ago. And when I see that I can make money from just utility bills, the bill that people pay all like every single month, it was a no-brainer. And then, but then my husband got laid off, and we got hit with a COBRA bill of $2,000. And we switched to impact health sharing, and it saved our family 1,400 a month, which means 17,000 a year shut in premium. And fast forward to today, I got a team of more than 100 people, and we got paid on more than 1,000 customer points. And thank you so much for letting me share, Jeff. A great presentation. Back to you.
Well, Sophie, appreciate you sharing, your story. How many of us heard her say save $17,000 a year in healthcare? Now, her being a real estate investor, how many agree that creates more investment capital to maybe buy another property, create another, rental unit, whatever that might look like. But that moves the needle in a big way. We also have Carol on the call here. And Carol, if you can unmute, I'd love to have you share a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everybody. I am an insurance broker by trade, so I have fell in love with the Impact product. But I was looking for something new and something different, and I was introduced to this about 6 months ago, and I have really found a way to make a difference in not only my own life, but other people's life. So I have about 28 business partners and about 300 and over 360 customers. And so it's all due to the training and the support of this Rockstar team. So thank you very much.
Excited for you, Carol. Congratulations. We also have Dirk on the line. Dirk, why don't you share a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Good afternoon, everybody. Dirk Davis. I am a real estate agent here in the Dallas area. And first got introduced to ACN about 7 months ago and knew immediately that it was a fit for me. A lot of the services that Jeff just mentioned are the exact same services that I was already referring, new homeowners and new tenants to. So, the fact that I can now earn a commission off of that was just icing on the cake. And then certainly the residual income piece was something I never thought I was going to have a chance to benefit from. So again, no brainer, plugged in immediately. Over the 7 months, I now have 47 business partners and getting paid on just almost 500 customers that are paying a bill every single month. And it is absolutely due to the training and the support and the system that we have here in place with the Rockstar team.
Well, excited for you, buddy. Congratulations. And look, how many of us know people that are real estate agents like Dirk? Think about it. Imagine if you introduced them to this concept, they got started like Dirk did, and every time they sold a property, their clients need internet anyway. Their clients need home security anyway. He's now helping get his clients connected to these services and getting paid on the real estate transaction long after the transaction is over. Lastly, we have Steve Summer on the call here. And, Steve, I'd love to have you share a little bit about yourself.
Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, my name's Steve Summer. I'm a business owner in Sarasota, Florida. Been in the office equipment industry for over 30 years, and saw this presentation about 7 months ago, and I just saw the opportunity was undeniable. So got started, and now I have somewhere around about 42 business partners and 650 customers, and it's all due to the training and support we get with this great team.
Appreciate you, Steve. And look, how many of us know people, small business owners like Steve, where, maybe the economy has changed things and the idea of diversifying their income, creating another revenue stream. How many of you wouldn't mind having Steve on your team? How many of us would be okay with having Carol on your team, right? How many of us would like to have had, Sophie or Dirk, right? See, there's two ways you can really win in this business. Number one is be the person that makes it happen. Number two is find the person that makes it happen. Either way, you win. But look, the key here is training. When I first saw this for the first time, I love the idea, as most people do, of getting paid when people pay a bill. Hoodery, some things come in and out of style. Hoodery, paying bills is not a fad. We're all going to pay them for a long time, right? So I love the concept when I saw this. I just didn't quite understand how it all worked. But what I'll share with you guys is this. When I saw the training, that's when this started to really go from my head to my heart. When I saw the training is really when I had the confidence of how to do this. I saw the systems that were in place, the process. I understood how we made money. I understood the magnitude of these industries. And it was really the training that really gave me the vision that this is something I could do for myself and for my family. And we have a couple trainings coming up in the next few days. I know some of you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area where I'm located. We have a live in-person training right in Richardson this Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Central Time, where we're going to teach people exactly how to do this. And if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I'd love to shake your hand and meet you in person. But for everybody else, we have a training right online, right on Zoom this Saturday, 10 a.m. Central Time, just teaching you how to do this. And if you like what you see here tonight, I believe you'll be blown away with what you see at the training. So as we wrap things up, if at the end of the presentation, you're somebody just wants to learn more about how can I help a friend, how can I maybe save some money on a bill, we're so grateful for your time here tonight. We have a little digital survey form that the person that invited you on the call will send you. It'll only take you 5 or 10 minutes to fill out. And if you can save money and it helps a friend grow their business, who would agree that's a win-win situation? But if you're like me and you're like, all right, this makes sense. Like I want to do it, or I'm interested, but I have some questions, hang out with us. We're going to help you get any of those questions answered and help talk to you about those next steps. So God bless everybody. Thanks for being on tonight. And we're going to open up a few breakout rooms.